So, this is the chair yoga version of my practice, the grounding practice that I'm posting for the week. I really hope that you guys enjoy it. So this is for folks that might have a little bit more of flexibility and mobility. I don't like calling them challenges, but let's just say differences in our body, where you may not be able to get on a mat. And it keeps a lot of people from practicing yoga, especially our older population or folks that might have different abilities, because you typically only see it taught from the traditional standpoint, which is on the ground or from a standing position, which you can do yoga in a chair. By the way, just listen to my other video, and I know that I need a microphone, and as soon as I'm done loading these and publishing these, y'all, I'm going to get a wireless mic. So anyway, this was sort of spontaneous. I woke up after having really vivid dreams about purpose. I woke up and said to myself, this is something I need to do. So one thing that I'll say is you don't have to have all of the things in order to be impactful in what you're doing. So if you got the message to get out there, put it out there, whether or not it's on a grainy cell phone video or you have all the production with the lights and all that other crap behind you. So this is a yoga sequence for grounding using a chair. A couple things that I will say about having this chair: you might want to put something underneath your chair if you have kind of slippery floors that will stabilize it so that it doesn't slide around on you when you're going through this practice. And then you can use any kind of chair. The chair that I have does not have arms, but it might be useful for you to have a chair with arms on it. And you don't have to have a special kind of chair. You can literally take your phone or your laptop while you're watching this video and do this shit on your couch or in your lazy boy, like whatever. Just as long as you can have a tall, upright spine when you're doing it, you're good. So the sequence is similar to the one what I described, with the exception of we won't have half butterfly in the sequence, but we will do a hamstring stretch in this sequence from the chair. So let's get started. With a tall, upright spine, bring your hands down by your sides. And then on your inhale, oh, you know what? No. Rewind. I'm not even going to edit that out because I make mistakes too. We're going to start with clearing breaths first. So bring your hands and rest them on the top of your thighs, or you can bring them down to your side, whatever feels comfortable for you. And then just allow your eyes to close. And take a deep breath in through your nose. And then exhale everything out with a sigh. Do that again. Deep breath in through your nose. Exhale everything out, let it go. One more time. Deep breath in through your nose. Exhale everything out with a sigh, let it go. And then allowing your eyes to float open and bringing your hands down to your side, maybe palms facing out. Take a deep breath and bring your arms overhead, stretching up, maybe looking up in between your hands. And then exhale, bring them back down to your sides. And that's the movement. These are sun breaths. You'll inhale, bringing your hands overhead. Exhale, bringing that back down to your side. 3 more rounds of breath here. Inhale, lifting, stretching. Exhale, hands down to your sides. 2 more rounds of breath. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, hands down by your side. 1 more round of breath. Inhale, Hands overhead, looking up. Exhale. Hands down by your side. This time, raise your hands over your head. Take your right hand, bring it to your left knee. Bring that left hand around the back arm of that chair if you need to hold on and grip. Inhale to lengthen through your torso, and then exhale, take a gentle twist over that left shoulder. Here, take another deep breath in, and on the exhale, see if you have room to twist just a little bit deeper. And if not, you stay right where you are. 2 more breaths here. Deep breath in, exhale, let it go. Another deep breath in, exhale, let it go. And then unravel that, bring that back to the center, bringing your hands back up overhead. And this time you're going to bring your right arm behind you, left hand to right knee. And then again, holding on to the back of that chair if you need. Inhale, lengthen through the torso, exhale. Twist over that shoulder. Take another deep breath in through the nose, and on the next inhale, see if you can twist a little bit deeper. That's just an invitation. And then again, unravel, come back to the center. Bring your hands overhead for just a moment for another stretch. Exhale, bring your hands down by your sides. This time, just bring your hands to your lap, and then again, they can be palms up. They can even be palms down. You might find it easier to do this pose with palms up. And on the inhale, lift through the chest. Bring your shoulders back and down, and then gently drop your head back. Your head should be the last in play. And then exhale, you're going to round all that in and down. And this is a seated cat-cow. So inhale, lift through the chest, drop back your head and your neck. Exhale, round in and down. We'll do this for 5 more breaths at your own pace. Deep breath in through the nose, making sure that the head is the last to fall back. And exhale, rounding in and down. I lost count, but let's call that 2 more cycles of breath here. Exhale, round in and down. 1 more. Deep breath in. Exhale, round in and down. Coming back to a neutral spine here. So in the traditional practice, what we did was a half butterfly, which is a hamstring and a hip stretch. We will do a hip stretch in this practice, but this will be more of a hamstring stretch. So what you can do here is, I'm starting with my, can you see? I'm starting with my right foot. I'm going to extend that leg out. You can also take time to bring a block underneath your foot, just so you can extend that hamstring out. And then face over that right leg. Inhale to stretch, and exhale, forward fold over that leg. You can still feel the hamstring stretch here, even though that you're seated, right? Doing these poses and these sequences seated can be just as powerful and as meaningful as doing it a traditional way. As a matter of fact, it is just as powerful and as meaningful. You have to do things that work for you and your body. I really think that it's important that people out there know that you can do these things sitting in a chair, sitting on your couch. You don't have to be on all fours on the mat and twisting like a pretzel. This is still yoga. It's just chair yoga. Take another deep breath in and exhale. See if you can go deeper, just a little bit here. And then on your next inhale, gently begin to walk up. If you had your foot on the block, just remove your foot from the block. Either way, bring both feet flat to the ground here. And then just kind of windshield wiper your knees and your hips, side to side, left to right. Bringing some movement back. And now we'll move to the left side. So if you use the block on the right side, do so on the left side, okay? And then again, this is just so that you can have something to rest your foot on when you're doing this hamstring stretch. So this time you're going to turn your torso to the left. You're going to inhale and then exhale to extend. And you stop when you feel the stretch. Your hands may stop at your thigh. They may stop at your shin. You may be able to grab your foot. What you want to feel is a strain in your hamstring, your stretch, in your hamstring all the way down through your calf. It doesn't matter how far you can bend. That's not the point. The point is to get the stretch in your leg. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it all go. One more deep breath in. Exhale, let it all go. And then on your next inhale, walk your legs back up. Bring your feet back flat to the ground. And then again, you'll do the little shimmy, 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 shimmy. So, the next pose that we'll do is pigeon. Now, when I taught pigeon on the mat, there was two variations that I taught. I taught one traditionally, semi-traditionally, which you come into it from all fours. And I taught another version where you come into it on your back. This is version number 3. You can do pigeon from a chair. And it's really simple. Make sure that you have a tall, upright spine, that your lower back is supported here. You don't want to be hunched over trying to do this. Try to keep your upper body upright. I'm going to start with the way that you're looking at it is going to be my right leg. This is actually my left leg. And I preface that because my left hip is tighter than my right. So you'll lift and then bring your ankle to your knee. And literally that's it. And here I can feel the stretch in my hip. If you want a little bit of a more intense stretch, this bottom foot, you can extend it. That's a block you heard fall. Or you can bring that bottom foot to a block. And what that does is lifts that hip a little more. If you're going to bring that bottom foot to a block, start on the lowest setting first. And again, if you don't have a block, you can stack blankets up. You can use a pillow. You can use your ottoman. You can use another chair. There's so many different things around your house that you can use as props. You can flip over a clean mop bucket. I just thought about that because I saw my mop bucket in the corner. So take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale everything out, let it go. Take another deep breath in through the nose. Exhale everything out, let it go. And then here also pay attention to your knee. If you're feeling pain in your knee, you pulled this heel too far in. So let it out a little bit until you take some of that tension off the knee joint. So gently unravel this hip. And again, my left knee hip is a little bit tighter. So I felt all of that unravel, and you might too. So you have to take your time to make sure that you're protecting all of your joints. Okay, and then we're just gonna take a moment to swivel the hips. And then to do a counter, just inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold, just Stretch through that lower back, some of those hips. Come on back to center. If you used a block under your left foot, use it under your right foot as well, here. And then bring this right ankle on top of your left knee. You might have to help it like I have to help it. My hips and knees need all of the 41-year-old help. And then take a moment to see if you can sit upright and allow that hip to drop so you can really still feel that stretch. Again, you should still be able to feel a stretch here, and if it's not as intense as you want, you can put that prop underneath the foot that's not bent on top of the knee, and you should get an extra little bit of a lift here or stretch. So deep breath, inhale, exhale, ease into, relax into the stretch. There's nothing more to do, man. Just allow yourself to sit in the stretch and just feel it. And if at any point you're in this and you feel discomfort, you can come out of it. You don't have to stay in it for an elongated period of time. Eventually, as I start posting more of these videos and we've gone through some sequences and I weave in stuff that I've taught, you'll hear me talk less about safety points and you'll hear me speak more in terms of increments of time. But to begin, we're going to talk about the safety points. So gently remove that ankle from the top of that opposite leg. And then again, just take a moment. Shift your hips from left to right, side to side. And then inhale, lifting those arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, come back to center. So for the end of this practice today, what we will do is just some short, a short few minutes of meditative breathing. For meditative breathing, I typically teach this from a very secular standpoint because I understand that not everyone is looking for the spiritual side of the practice, which is perfectly fine. But for the meditative breathing, it's really just focusing on the breath. There's no tricks to it. You're literally just focusing in on your breath. So here in this meditative state, there's two ways that I like to do it when I'm sitting. Either I'll bring my hands to my legs, and because this is a grounding practice, I'm going to bring them palms down on the top of my thighs. You can also bring one hand to your heart and another hand to your belly, if that's comfortable for you. Or you can just let your hands rest beside you on your sides, whatever works for you. So if you're comfortable, find a position that works for you, and then allow your eyes to close. And then here we will just breathe together for 2 minutes. And if it's not comfortable for you for your eyes to close, then you can most definitely take a soft gaze at the ground. If your eyes are still open, you're seeing me pull my solar plexus chakra singing bowl out of my box. I love to sing. So we're going to move into a period of silence, and you hear me bring you out of that period of silence, the sound of the chime from this singing bowl. Feel the breath naturally begin to deepen as you become more aware of the space that you're in. Take a moment to gently start to bring movement back into your body. It's possible that maybe you slumped over, so maybe take a moment to bring your shoulders up, back, and down. And then for just a moment, one last stretch, take a deep breath in, sweep your arms overhead, look up and reach up, and on your exhale, bring your hands back down to your side. Allow your palms to face down on your thighs or rest them on your belly. And just for another moment, allow your eyes to close. And we'll finish this class, this practice, with 3 clearing breaths, the same way as I begin every practice. So take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale everything out, let it go. Deep breath in through your nose. Exhale everything out, let it go. One more time, deep breath in through your nose, inhaling, inhaling. Hold the inhalation just for a moment at the top. And exhale, let it all go. Thank you so much for allowing me to hold space for you today. If you have any questions, please DM me. I'll put all my contact information in the comments. And it has been a pleasure to share this practice with you. If you have any questions or ideas for what you'd like to see next week for this practice, feel free to share that in my DMs or my inbox. And it has been great spending some time with y'all today. Om Shanti, Shanti Om. Thank you all so much. Bye.